Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Okay, so that's how I framed that segment, and I want to piggyback on something that Saul's always saying to me behind the scenes, and that's actually why we cover some of these things, because Saul's like, it's important for us to cover these small wins with regard to policy and everything, to let brothers know that the conversations we are having are important, progress is being made, and there's and not to be caught up on any type of symbolic political wins, but let's look at like the policies that are being enacted and seeing how they may or may not be in our favor. And what is that phrase? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
The idea of cutting Section 8. You know, the program that keeps grandma from living in her car, or a mother with children living in a shelter. But wait, billionaires get tax breaks the size of Texas, and that's all cool. But helping people afford a one-bedroom? Socialism. This ain't about budget, y'all. It's about punishment. Nothing says make America great again like making the poor homeless and building more golf courses at Mar-a-Lago.
I don't know no men that are upset about Section 8 because we've never benefited from it.
The cherry on top is...
At least not collectively as a massive whole, not individual people and stuff.
Some of you are actually out here cheering this on. Like you ain't got a voucher in your cousin's...
No, we don't, bitch.
...name and a P.O. box in your aunt's zip code. Be serious. Should your landlord be a politician too? Or should we start actually voting like housing matters? Because rich people ain't playing. They want everything.
Trump said over 30,000 people will lose Section 8 in the state of Texas alone. They have over 30-something thousand fraud cases, y'all, that they investigating right now. So for all y'all women out there who've been lying on their applications, and we ain't talking just to the women, we talking to the men too. You've been lying on your applications. You've been lying for food stamps. You lied to get on housing, whatever you did to skip the line. Cause I know a lot of y'all did not wait in them long 2-3 year lines. They coming for you, and probation ain't gonna save you. The federal government is not playing. The federal government is not playing about none of those fucking housing and Section 8 and food stamps. Anything that they help you with and provided for you to make your life just a tad bit easier, and you made a lot of people have to be on the waiting list and put a lot of people behind you. That's 30-something thousand people that could have been in your position. Now guess what? You going to jail.
Looks like major changes may be coming to the subsidized housing program because Donald Trump has asked Congress to allow him to slash more than 40%, $26 billion from the Section 8 program, and institute new rules that adults who do not have disabilities will no longer be permitted to be in the program more than 2 years. And homeless experts are already concerned about this, increasing the rate of homelessness because the rent prices have gone so high and people's income are not rising as quickly as these rent prices are. I think many of us do believe that this system has been broken. There are needs for changes. Personally, working with seniors who are 80, 85-year-olds, waiting to get an apartment for 2-3 years, having to live in shelters because there are able-bodied adults holding these certificates is an issue. If you get into these programs and you are a young adult, it should not be a lifetime plan if you don't have a disability or you're not a senior. This should be a 3 to 5 year program at tops, where you come in, you get in training, you get employment, and you start building yourself up to where you can start contributing more to your life until you are totally responsible for your life. Too many people are using these programs as a whole lifetime plan, right? And it's inconsiderate of the people like the seniors, like people with disabilities who truly need it. So, no disrespect to the people that use these programs, but they are not lifetime programs. They are to be used for the time you need them in their life, and then you get off of them. until you need them again. Just like unemployment. You get unemployment when you're unemployed, not while you're working. All right? Have a good day.
This administration is proposing about 40% cuts to Section 8 housing vouchers. What does that mean for you? Maybe you don't get subsidized housing, so you think that does not matter, but it does.
She bug-eyed and stressed over this. Look at that.
It always matters because Section 8 will also provide funds to developers to build housing specifically for subsidized tenants.
Bro, she do look like Roland Martin. Though she really look like Roland with a wig, with the mustache wax. Yo, that's probably, bro, I ain't even gonna hold you. That's probably how Roland be on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Because we seen what was on his laptop.
That means, whether it's an apartment community, single family, duplex, fourplex, like, those are funds. They said, oh, we're just going to send it back to the states, which essentially means we're going to leave you guys high and dry. And if you have a state that is fiscally responsible, great, good for you. I do not. I live in Mississippi, and our state is infamous for misallocating funds, stealing funds. We let people literally run amok. Oh, and we just passed legislation this past legislative session to eliminate the income tax. We are already subsidized at one of the highest rates by the federal government. They are eliminating FEMA. Like, y'all got to look at the budget proposals, because some people are saying, oh, this will be good because if we get all those, Section 8 tenants out, then the housing market, the prices will change. Y'all, there's so much nuance in this. What is going to happen is those people are going to have to leave. And where will they go? There are no programs. Federal funding has been cut from almost every federal program or grant or subsidy that was provided to assist people with things like this.
You notice how they're making it.
Did she say a pomegranate or a pongrum or program?
But you see how they're making it blatantly clear that they are unable to house themselves without a government subsidy, and where brothers been living fine for decades. Like, you understand?
Yep.
And I'm gonna leave it at there. Go ahead, Saul. Since you set it off, take it from the top. What you got for me, Playboy?
Yeah, with these so-called programs.
I see you got that programs.
Yeah, pomegranate, whatever the fuck. She said, man, please take her off, man. You got to switch that up.
That shit hurt your eyes.
Goddamn. I would say, man, there's an obvious marriage to the state clause. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, get up off of the state, Uncle Sam Dick, and go ahead and work like anybody else do it. How you going to sit up here and pocket watch what billionaires have gotten? So what if some of it is inherited? This is the excellent part about America, is you can chart your course by becoming incorporated. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. People will rather sit up and complain about everybody else and what they doing instead of, I gotta call it what it is. They'll even complain about, Latinos. Oh, they all bunched up in the house and this, that, and the other. And they go and they do their thing. They might sell their stuff on the street or whatnot. But you sit up here in this projects for like generations on end, eating Tom Robin and Capri Suns and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Them days is over. We just got to call it what it is. Be entrepreneurial instead of fucking dependent and stuff like that. If you as independent as you say you are, let's really see how that works. And I'll land my plane there.
Spot on. Tito. I put a well fleshed out montage together, so it'd be talking points from all end. But what's your overall assessment of the montage and just the proposal to reduce to cut Section 8 from what it is, to rewrite it and return everything to the state? Most importantly, cutting off that lifeline from the of government welfare to the 𝐇𝐎𝐏 population at large.
𝐇𝐎𝐏 is so silly. She thinks everything is about her. Actually, there are more white women that are on Section 8 than anybody, right? This is about This is about addressing the white birth rate. This is about white people course correcting and saying, hey, we sent the nigga bitches off with the strong and independent shit. We are not about to let y'all run amok like that, because we can already see that y'all going in that direction. So what we about to do is we about to just pull the plug on all of this shit, and we go ahead and put Keisha out to pasture, because we don't ruin these black men, and so we know that they not gonna check her. Even if the will was there, they and plus they checked out, they not fucking with her no more anyway. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. As far as the angry Keishas, talking about programs, like, this is an example of the reality bubble they live in. So you really think that you entitled for the rest of the citizens of this country to basically go to work to finance your lifestyle? You always talk about how you don't need a man, you don't want a man, all of this shit. You don't have no problem, you know what I'm saying? You don't have any problem getting sustenance and getting provision from the collective of men, but you despise the idea, because your ass is undercover gay anyway, of getting that from one man. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So this is just, they just need to, they need to finally, after 400 years of history in this country, grow the fuck up like the rest of the demographics have. They are no longer useful to the white power structure, and it's being shown in all type of ways. But in this specific way right here, it's not all about them. It's more so about addressing the white birth rate and reining these white women in more than anything. I promise you.
No, I think you're spot on with that, because that ties in with Trump's new tax incentive, where they're basically paying you $10,000 per child, but you got to be married. Mm. You know how, like, you get the first-time home buyers credit? It's like yeah. First time married, having babies, they're giving them 10 stacks per baby. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of the white birth rate, as opposed to like when you would get the money in the baby daddy culture, now they're paying for marriage culture, and like they don't have to worry about the Keishas, because they know the Keishas don't get married.
Yeah,
you peep that?
Yep. Because don't nobody really want to.
More people inventing useful things, like Mr. Bobby Yashimura, who wins our Max Headroom Product of the Month award for coming up with a little attachment you plug into your TV, and it warns you that the commercial break is coming by automatically switching off your set for 5 seconds. And here to demonstrate it for us is Mr. Ashimura himself.